10 Must-watch anime about ghosts and spirits. The supernatural occupies a popular niche in mainstream culture. Exploring the occult is a popular pastime among audiences, whether they do so to experience some good, old-fashioned shocks or simply out of genuine interest. No matter the reason why ghosts and other forms of paranormal activity are always present in the entertainment industry. The supernatural is the subject of some of the most memorable episodes in the history of anime. Audiences are transported into the terrifying world of the supernatural via works of fiction such as Death Note and Tokyo Ghoul. Sometimes the ghosts are helpful allies in the war that the protagonist is engaged in. Other times, though, they are the cruelest of villains, but the fact that they can be either is what makes them so fascinating. Number 10. Death Note. The anime series Death Note is widely considered to be among the most popular of all time. The story centers on Light Yagami, a young man who, after coming into possession of the enigmatic Death Note, which had been in the possession of the demon Ryuk in the past, can kill anyone whose name is inscribed on the pages of the notebook. The anime explores ideas related to justice, borders, and progression in a setting in which the lines between right and wrong become progressively hazy. Light is one of the most challenging and fascinating main characters in anime because he must juggle his newly discovered responsibilities with his connection to the human and supernatural worlds. Number 9. Tokyo Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul, regarded as one of the very greatest horror anime ever made, has become a revered classic in the field of terrifying fiction. The story follows a young and studious student as he undergoes a transformation that causes him to become a ghoul, a human-like creature that can only survive by feeding on human flesh. Due to the presence of several supernatural aspects, Tokyo Ghoul is regarded as one of the most outstanding works of the still-underappreciated dark fantasy genre. The animation doesn't hold back from revealing what the ghouls are up to, showcasing a fantastic taste for gore that very few other anime have. Number 8. Tortured Souls, Corpse Party. The title, Corpse Party, Tortured Souls, accurately describes the atmosphere of this game. The story follows a group of students who, after performing a friendship charm that seems to have no negative consequences, find themselves transported to an alternate realm that is populated by ghosts with a vendetta against them. Corpse Party, Tortured Souls is a game that can only be described as horrifying at best. The series takes gore to a new level by utilizing the benefits of animation to create horrifying sequences that have the potential to haunt the dreams of any viewer for the rest of their lives. Fans of the horror genre should feel satisfied after watching the 4 episodes of the series because the violent content and creepy backdrop combine to create a truly terrifying atmosphere. Number 7. Mob Psycho 100. Mob Psycho 100 is one of the rare shows that utilizes espers to such an impressive degree. This ability is a fan favorite in the spooky genre. The Mob, a powerful esper who is trying to live a regular life despite being surrounded by scam artists and scary spirits out to get him, is the protagonist of this story. Mob Psycho 100 immediately stands out as one of the most memorable anime due to the one-of-a-kind and captivating visual style that it possesses. The story of self-discovery is told in a normal manner, yet the notion manages to skillfully incorporate supernatural and occult aspects into the narrative. Mob Psycho 100 is one of the rare anime series that is dedicated to expressing its topics in the most unfiltered and honest way possible, which makes it one of the best anime series from the past several decades. Number 6. The Death Parade. Death Parade is certainly one of a kind because it has one of the most unique premises of any anime ever made. Decim, a bartender who works at the Quindecim Bar, is the protagonist of the show. A bar is a gathering place for persons who have died at the same time. In this stage of the afterlife, the deceased compete in what is known as the Death Games. The results of these games determine whether the deceased will be reincarnated or whether their souls will be cast into the abyss. The ghost story subgenre is handled very differently in the film Death Parade. It explores themes of penitence and metaphysical concepts like reincarnation and immortality because of its unique take on the afterlife, which is a creative twist on the traditional concept. The animation is of the highest quality, lending a melancholy atmosphere to a plot that was already dark. Number 5. Another. The story of another anime follows Koichi Sakakibara, a fresh student who, shortly after enrolling at his new school, finds himself embroiled in a mystery. Soon after being drawn to a mute girl named Mei Misaki and picking up on a sinister atmosphere, Koichi finds out that there has been a series of brutal deaths surrounding the school. Another move at a leisurely pace with its narrative, much like the very best murder mysteries of all time. Every episode is dominated by the unsettling atmosphere of the show, which creates an atmosphere of constant anxiety. It strikes the perfect balance between horror, gore, and tension, providing a presentation that will have audiences on the edge of their seats throughout the entirety of the performance. Number 4. Hell Girl. Hell Girl is a dream come true for anyone who enjoys frightening tales told through the medium of anime. The central mystery of the show is a website, which can only be accessed at noon. If you enter the name of a specific individual, the titular Hell Girl and her companions will kidnap, torture, and murder that person before delivering them to the fiery depths of hell. As a trade-off for this favor, the person who makes the request will spend their afterlife in the fiery depths of hell. The story of Hell Girl is unsettling, despite its dual focus on vengeance and redemption. The series manages to pull off a frightening effect because of the creepy images and the unsettling atmosphere that permeates the whole thing. Horror enthusiasts are going to get a great deal of enjoyment out of watching Hell Girl. Number 3. Mononoke. It is not difficult to comprehend why Mononoke is regarded as one of the most successful examples of the horror anime genre. The medicine seller, a shadowy character, is at the center of the story. He is an adventurer who traverses feudal Japan in search of malevolent spirits called Mononoke, who are said to be responsible for terrible deaths. Mononoke is the ideal representation of a horror anime since it combines elements of a police procedural with the alluring folklore of Japanese mythology. It explores the history of each Mononoke in great detail while retaining its signature avant-garde animation style, so producing a one-of-a-kind series that is as captivating as it is stunning to look at. Number 2. The Ghost Hound. In Ghost Hound, the supernatural realm assumes the role of the protagonist. The story focuses on 3 young men who suffered significant traumatic experiences as children and now live in a secluded mountain village that is haunted by evil spirits. The lads venture into the domain of the spirits, known as the unseen world, where they learn more about their histories as well as the unusual manner in which the spirits emerge. Ghost Hound is a great horror story as well as a dramatic character study, and it does both quite well. In addition to this, it is a coming-of-age tale that uses the traumatic experiences of the protagonists to delve further into concepts of the harmony that should exist between the spiritual and material worlds. Number 1. Ghost Stories. Ghost Stories is still quite popular even though it is possibly the most famous ghost-themed anime ever made. The story focuses on a group of students from a local school who, with the assistance of a demon that has been imprisoned inside of a cat, come across several ghosts throughout their town and use a book to cast them out. Ghost Stories is effective both as a classic adventure for children and as a subtle remark on the trend toward urbanization and contempt for customs. Fans and critics alike praised the dark comedy and animation of the anime once it was first made available to the public. This led to the anime's subsequent rise to prominence. Many people today regard Ghost Stories as a cult classic and one of the most notable examples of ghosts in the medium of anime. How was the video? Do you enjoy it? Tell us in our comments section below and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates.